Hello, my name is Sarah and I'm 58 years old, and I'm here to tell you my story. This particular story is about my daughter-in-law who absolutely hates me. Many people would think that I have misbehaved with her, but that is not the case at all. You have to listen to my entire story to understand why she hates me so much. I have only one son who just celebrated his 36th birthday last month. He is the apple of my eye and has always been a very good son. His father passed away when he was a toddler. I remember being home with a 3-year-old Harry when the cops showed up at my door. They informed me that my husband had met with an accident. He was rushed to the hospital but didn't make it alive. I was crushed when I heard this. Since I was a stay-at-home mum, his death left me almost penniless. We were very young and never thought of getting life insurance. He worked a good job and wanted to take care of me. We had mutually decided that it would be best if I became a stay-at-home mum. No one had prepared me for what happened back then. I was a mess with a toddler to look after. The little money I had went towards medical bills my husband left behind. I had to beg his family to donate some money for his funeral. My family had essentially disowned me when I married my husband, therefore I couldn't ask them for help. His extended family just gave me some money for the funeral, and no more. They were adamant that I wasn't their problem and neither was my child. It didn't matter that Harry was their blood, they refused to do anything with us. Even though I was broken from the inside, I didn't have time to grieve. I had to earn money to feed my child and keep a roof over my head. I shifted out of our house and rented a small apartment for me and my son. My neighbour Cammy and her husband Jack had helped me move my stuff into the new apartment. When everyone else looked away from me, they were the ones who helped me. They would even babysit Harry when I was working 2 minimum wage jobs to get by. I am forever grateful for their help. Things got a little better when I joined a different job. The pay was good and it had medical insurance. I was able to afford therapy for myself and Harry without having to work an extra job. I transferred Harry to a better school and finally spared Cammy from her babysitting duty. Since then, I always tried to do anything to make it up to them. After I was able to get a better job, I offered to pay her multiple times, but she said, "Ava, you are like a sister to us. We cannot accept your money. Harry is almost like our own nephew. You guys are family. But you guys did so much for me. Please let me make it up to you. I feel terrible for taking advantage of you." "Relax, Ava. You are not taking advantage of me. We are happy to help. Again, you are family. At least let me look after your dogs when you are away. Once your daughter is born, I'm ready to be your primary babysitter. Please give me this chance to pay you back." After their daughter Sheila was born, I was happy to babysit her whenever they needed me. Sheila and Harry grew up together and became the best friends. As the years passed, I could tell that they had feelings for each other. They were pretty much in a solid relationship when they graduated college. Cammy, Jack, and I also remained friends. However, there was one thing that didn't go right. Sheila didn't like me at all. I don't know what I did wrong. She just hated me and was mean to me a lot. Sheila also constantly complained about my house rules and said I was controlling towards Harry. I did have some rules about not wasting food and cleaning up after yourself. She also hated how much I donated to women's shelters. According to Sheila, I should have used that money to get Harry a fancy gift. She always thought that people should live a luxurious life, and the ones who don't are worthless, she said. "You know, you can barely feed yourself and Harry. Why do you ever bother donating money anyway? You could have bought Harry a new phone with that money. Even my gadgets are better than his. It's a shame he has to settle for cheap things." "Harry already has a good phone, Sheila. He doesn't need another one right now. I donate money because I know how hard it can be for women who are going through a crisis. It's only a small amount I can afford to donate, but to the shelter it's a huge contribution. They need it more than us. It's not like I didn't spend money on Harry. I did give him good things when I could, but money was limited and sometimes he had to make sacrifices. Harry never minded this. He knew that not everyone had it easy and that sometimes we need to adjust to what we have. I have taught him to appreciate what God has given us. Cammy and Jack tried very hard to change her behaviour, but they had no luck. Sheila used to constantly criticise my parenting and financial problems whenever she visited. I felt pretty hurt, but didn't say anything to cause trouble. I knew that Sheila and Harry loved each other, so I didn't want to come between them. One thing I noticed is that she always tried to say those mean things when Harry wasn't around. Harry ended up proposing to her right after college. He was already working a high-paying job, so finances weren't an issue for him. I was happy for him, but wasn't sure if Sheila was the right one. He did that very soon, and she said yes. Throughout the wedding planning, she was constantly shaming me for not giving them money. I was working a decent job, but my savings were nowhere enough to fund a wedding. Cammy and Jack were paying a part of the wedding, so the comparison was constantly brought up by Sheila. She said, "Wouldn't it be nice if both of our parents contributed to our wedding? I mean, Harry can pay for it, but he's already spending so much money. Thank God my parents were thoughtful enough to contribute towards the wedding. I would have to settle for a backyard wedding if we depended on you." "I'm sorry, Sheila. You know I don't have a lot of money. I tried my best to save up some for the wedding, but I can't afford to right now. Maybe we can negotiate something if you are willing to have a smaller cake." "Let it be, Ava. I don't want my wedding to be a joke. My friends are already telling me how Harry is so unlucky to have a poor mother like you. We can't just show them how right they are. Anyway, you better save that money for retirement, because Harry has a new family to think about now." "Having a smaller cake won't be a big problem. A lot of people do it to save money. I know Harry can pay for a huge cake, but it will still save you some money if I pay for a smaller one. My friends and I have class, Ava. I cannot have a cheap wedding with DIY stuff. Harry has promised me the wedding of my dreams, and that's what I want. We waited this long just to have a perfect wedding. I'm not changing things because you can't pay for it. At least Harry knows how to keep his standards high." No matter what I suggested, Sheila was unimpressed by everything. She expected me to at least pay 1/3 of the luxury wedding she planned. Since I went through financial troubles, I didn't think paying for a huge wedding was a good gift. So, I sold my old engagement ring and gave the money to Harry. "Harry, this is your wedding gift. I want you to use it as the down payment for the house you are seeing. I know it is not enough to cover much, but that's all I can give." "Mum, you don't have to. I feel guilty about accepting it. Please, Harry, I want you to have this. Nothing will make me happier if you use the money for your dream house." Harry then went ahead and bought the house. One thing I must mention is that Sheila is jobless. They decided that she would be a stay-at-home wife since my son makes enough money for both of them. It was exactly the dream she had. However, when Harry purchased the house, he decided to keep it in his name. Sheila knew that he purchased it, but didn't know that I too paid something for it. She was constantly boasting to her friends about how Harry is the best partner ever. Unfortunately, her joy didn't last long. I had a very bad accident while returning home from work. The recovery was going to take a very long time. Harry paid all my extra hospital bills and told me to leave my job. I didn't want to be dependent on him, but I had no other option. Harry insisted I move into his home so that he can take better care of me. I refused and said, "Harry, I don't want to be a burden on you. With the wedding, you have enough on your mind anyway. Sheila will have a rough time adjusting to me in the house. I don't want to intrude on your personal space." "Mum, the house is big enough for the 3 of us. I'm sure Sheila will understand. Cammy and Jack also come over and stay with us from time to time. You are no different. You have already sacrificed a lot for me. Now it's time for me to look after you." "But you need to discuss this with Sheila. I won't live with you if she refuses. I can understand why she wouldn't want to take care of me." "Mum, I will talk to her about this. She won't have to look after you. I will hire a good caregiver so that you can rest easy for a few days." Harry pleaded with me to listen to him. In the end, I agreed to stay with them. Ava came and told me she was happy I was coming to stay with them. When my son was out of earshot, she looked pretty pissed. She told me that she wasn't only allowing me to stay for a few days, after which she would kick me out. That's when I knew that she was trying to save her face in front of my son. One evening when Harry was working late, Sheila invited her friends to a party. They were so loud that I could hear them from my bedroom. Sheila also made sure they were hanging out within my earshot. She was saying, "I'm glad you guys like the house. It's simply perfect in all aspects and exactly what I had dreamed of. Harry is so successful that he's paying for the wedding and the house together. I wish things were less tough on her. If only his horrible mother had planned better for him." Yeah, I was going to tell you that. It's so sad that Harry had such a bad parent. His mum is practically a peasant. I don't know why Harry thinks so highly of her. I mean, she cannot even afford the things Harry likes. She's so poor that she can't even help with the wedding. You know, she dared to tell me to get a smaller cake. As if her peasant money would even get me a Costco cake. She's so cheap and tacky. Ew. Why is she even living with you guys? Doesn't she have her own life? She quit her job to live on Harry's money. She keeps on mentioning how the accident damaged her body so much. After victimizing herself so much, Harry had to bring her home. He's even paying for her expenses. Imagine that. What? Why are you even allowing that, Sheila? It's only for a short time, Monica. Once the wedding is over, I'll make up some lies and kick her out. I have the perfect plan for her. Just wait and see. I was shocked to hear what she said. It felt like someone had stabbed me in the chest. This woman not only destroyed my dignity, but also made me the butt of her jokes. I was silently sobbing in my room when I decided I had to tell my son. He needs to know the true face of Sheila. He had been shielding her from people she had wronged. He always thought she was the victim because to him Sheila is a very caring person. I couldn't let my son live this delusion, and I needed to teach this girl a lesson, so I decided to record the conversation from the other room. Since they were being so loud, I could record everything without them knowing. When he got home from work, Sheila was back to her sweet self. She even tried being extra nice to her to impress Harry. However, her time was running out. After dinner, I called Harry to my room. I showed him the recording, and let me just say, he was pissed. He immediately called Sheila over and played the recording. He then said, "Sheila, what the hell is this? You need to apologize to my mother. I can't believe your audacity. How can you be such a vile person?" "Ava, listen to me, please. I didn't mean it." "Don't worry, Sheila. You won't have to apologize. Harry, I just showed you the recording so that she can't say I'm lying about her behavior. I will be moving out next month for my mental peace. I just want to be alone for some time." Harry was furious and simply told me to take some time. Later at night, he called over Cammy and Jack and showed them the recording. In front of them and me, he made Sheila confess to everything. They were appalled and embarrassed. The conversation goes on. "Sheila, what is this that I am hearing? Is this how we raised you? You know how much Ava had to struggle to raise Harry? She even took on your care and considered you her daughter. Is this what you think of her? I'm ashamed to even think that you are my daughter." "Please don't say that, Cammy. It's not your fault. She is a grown woman and can form her own ideas." "You better apologize to Ava about what you said, Sheila. She may not forgive you, but it's the least you can do. Ava, I am also apologizing to you on her behalf. I don't know where we went wrong with her." "No, Jack. You guys have nothing to apologize for. I know I have become a burden to Harry." "Mom, don't say that. It was me who decided to take care of you." "Sheila, you should be ashamed of yourself. I cannot even look at you right now. You are jobless yourself. How can you say those things about Mum?" "I'm so sorry, Harry. I was being stupid. I didn't mean those things. Ava, please forgive me. This will never happen again." "No, an apology is not going to be enough. I'm cancelling the wedding for good. You need to move out and get a job. You really think I can marry you after this?" No, Harry, please don't do this. I beg you." "Sheila, I think this will be best for you. You need to get a job and learn what it's like to support your family. We've coddled you for too long. It's time you learn how hard it is to be financially independent." "Harry, you know I have never worked before. How will I find a good job? I would have to work at Walmart and restaurants. No one else will hire me." "Good. That's how you learn the importance of money. My mother worked those jobs to support me. If she can do it, so can you. Perhaps this will teach you to be empathetic about others. This is the only way for you, Sheila. Your father and I will not be supporting you either. It's high time you learn a good lesson by yourself. We are cancelling all your memberships as well. And don't think you can stay in this house. My mother sold her engagement ring to give me the down payment money. If anyone has the right to live here, it's her. I won't make her feel unwelcome here. You'll be moving out immediately. Sheila just kept sobbing and begging everyone to listen to her. She also profusely apologised to me over and over again. However, the damage was done already. Harry was adamant about cancelling the wedding and ending the relationship. She moved out the next day into her parents' house. However, Sheila harassed Harry every day with unlimited phone calls. It got so bad that he had to block her. Even then, she started to call him from her friend's number. One day, Sheila came over to the house. She cried and said, "Harry, I really need you right now. My parents are threatening to throw me out of the house if I don't get a job. They've even refused to pay for my phone bill. Please take me back, Harry." "You deserve every bit of this treatment. All these years I thought you were such a nice person. You are nothing but a cruel person." "Don't say that, Harry. I love you so much. Do you know what I'm going through? My friends don't want to hang out with me because I have no money. I can't get a good job because of my inexperience. My poor mother managed just fine. You have only yourself to take care of. She was feeding 2 people on minimum wage jobs. You are not special. That woman is the reason I am in this situation. Ava, why are you such a leech? I should have kicked you out of the house when I had the chance." "Wow. Just don't learn your lesson, do you? Thank God I told my son the truth, otherwise he would be stuck with someone like you." "I have had enough of you, Sheila. You need to leave immediately and don't even think about stepping a foot in this house. I will call the police next time you show up." Sheila was slowly getting hysterical before my son threatened to call the police again. She left looking defeated, but not before throwing me some disgusting looks. I decided to call Cammy and Jack to tell them about what happened. I was warning them so that they would understand if we had to call the police on their daughter. When Cammy heard what happened, she thanked me for telling them. She cut the call and I didn't hear from her for a month. Harry was extremely heartbroken and spent his time either in the office or taking care of me. He also said that he was glad he saw Sheila's true face before marrying her. It was after a month that I finally heard back from Cammy. I didn't contact her because I thought she was mad at me. When she finally called me back, she said, "Ava, I'm sorry for being out of touch this past month. So much has happened that everyone got overwhelmed. I wanted to give you space so that you can decide if you want to still keep contact." "What are you talking about, Cammy? All this time I thought you were mad at me. We are like sisters, remember? I would never cut you off. Besides, it wasn't even your fault." "I can never be mad at you, Ava. It was because of my stupid daughter that this happened. I can't believe I raised such a vile human." "You tried your best. Unfortunately, she had such bad friends. She can easily change her thinking, but she just won't." "Well, I think it's time she learns. We have kicked her out. She had a month to find out and move. It's about time we start teaching her about the real world. She's working at McDonald's but hates it there. We do talk, but me or Jack don't send her any money. I think she's staying with 3 other girls in a cheap apartment. Her friends dropped her the moment she didn't have any money to spare." "Has Sheila's attitudes improved even a little?" "Unfortunately, no. She still cries about Harry and blames you for ruining her life. We tell her it's all her fault. Sheila still thinks she's too good to work. I guess her delusion isn't cooperating with her right now. We will try our best to set her straight. We have even offered to pay for therapy. If she doesn't improve, I think we might go low contact." We talked for hours and made it good between ourselves. She was sad she couldn't have Harry as her son-in-law, but understood that it was for the best. Both Cammy and Jack have said that they will consider Harry as one of their own. I am glad we can maintain a relationship despite everything. A few months later, Harry and I had to put a restraining order against Sheila. She showed up to the house and thrashed my car, which was in the driveway. She also attacked the door when I told her I was calling the police. The security cameras caught everything. The police got there and told her to leave. Both I and Harry decided to file for restraining orders. I decided against pressing charges because it wasn't worth it anymore. Harry decided to buy me a new one so that I don't have to worry about transportation. I'm still living with my son. Cammy and Jack also keep visiting from time to time. Every time, we talk about what happened with Sheila. Cammy and Jack are still mortified by her behaviour. They rarely contact her or answer her calls anymore. Sometimes I feel bad for them. They were good parents and deserved more. All in all, I'm glad it was a tough lesson for Sheila. I also realised how much my son loves me. Harry is currently dating a woman who I think is just perfect for him. It's still early to tell, but I hope she becomes my daughter-in-law.